Hello and welcome to episode number 199, where I'm detailing the 4 paths of yoga. We know that yoga is the sister science of Ayurveda, and Patanjali, the Indian sage who compiled the Yoga Sutras, derived the 4 paths of yoga for further enlightenment of people. These paths are Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Jnana Yoga, and I detail them here in this podcast, so please stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the Elements of Ayurveda podcast. I'm your host Colette, and I hope to educate and empower you to take charge of your health and well-being, preventing disease in the body and mind so that you can thrive in life. I will be sharing the holistic teachings of Ayurveda, the ancient healing tradition from India. I will also discuss topics like yoga, which is the sister science of Ayurveda, health and wellness, nutrition, fitness, and mindfulness practices, as well as interviewing lots of inspiring people along the way. My humble wish is to help you to connect to your true nature, to Mother Nature, and to help you to connect to each other. If you're new to Ayurveda, I recommend that you start by listening to the first couple of episodes where I do an introduction to Ayurveda and the mind-body types. Now, if you like the content, please subscribe to the show so the new episodes will automatically download for you to enjoy. I've also set up a new private community away from social media on my new website, Elements Healing and Wellbeing. Now, this community provides a safe space for like-minded people to come together, to connect, to share, and to support each other. And I have many other perks in this community as well, so check it out. I'll put the link in the show notes or visit my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com, and just click on the community tab in the menu. I hope you can join us. I'm looking forward to a lot more in-depth connection and conversation over there. And now, here's the show. This episode is sponsored by Kerala Ayurveda Academy. Do you want to lead a more holistic life in tune with nature and inspire those around you? Deepening your study of Ayurveda can help you to achieve this and so much more. Study of the Vedas is like a roadmap to uncovering your true self. Ayurveda not only supports your health, but it also addresses all aspects of your life. You have a unique life purpose or dharma, and learning Ayurveda can help you to align with it. Kerala Ayurveda Academy is a full-spectrum Ayurvedic company with deep roots in India, offering education, wellness, and herbal products. You can study online or in person and train in awe-inspiring Kerala, India, the birthplace of these ancient traditions. If you'd like to deepen your study in authentic teachings from Ayurveda, visit keralaayurveda.us to learn more. That's keralaayurveda.us, and you'll also find the link in the show notes. Hello and welcome back to the Elements of Ayurveda podcast. It's me, Colette, today, and I want to talk about the 4 paths of yoga. We talk about yoga quite a bit on this podcast, but I've never actually detailed the 4 paths. And we know that yoga is the sister science of Ayurveda. And Patanjali, the Indian sage who is believed to have authored or compiled the Yoga Sutras, derived the 4 paths of yoga for further enlightenment of people. These 4 paths are like branches of a tree with the roots deeply embedded in our inner self. The 4 paths are Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Now, connecting with our true nature and true bliss lies by connecting to these internal roots rather than searching for it outside of ourselves. Ayurveda and the 4 paths of yoga help us navigate this journey to self-realization or to our true nature. So let's start by detailing these 4 paths. The first one is Bhakti Yoga. Now, Bhakti Yoga is the path of devotion to living a sattvic life, meaning living a life that's devoted to connecting to your true self via your daily practices, your study, connecting to Mother Nature, and connecting in our relationships to each other. It's seeing the divine in all of creation. I mentioned studying here, and it's important to note that Bhakti Yoga is not the devotion to a certain teacher or guru. Rather, it's connecting with a sattvic teacher or teachings that guide you on how to live with awareness and create a sattvic life, which will promote humility, love, and compassion. A Bhakti Yoga practice may include some of the following. It may include satsang, spending time with a spiritual community. It may include a mantra practice, chanting uplifting words or phrases, singing kirtan. And it also may include japa meditation, which is where you repeat mantras as a form of meditation. So that's Bhakti Yoga. Again, the path of devotion to living a sattvic life. The next is Karma Yoga. And Karma Yoga is the path of action. And it's the law of cause and effect, meaning each action has a corresponding reaction. Being intentional, purposeful, and carrying out actions of selfless service creates a positive outcome for our body, mind, and soul. Carrying out these actions without attachment to the outcome or involvement of the little ego, which can take us away from the path of self-realization. This involves doing the right actions and carrying out our responsibilities with no expectations. This means not only doing the actions that we like to do, but also performing actions that may not be so glamorous, but are the right thing to do and with the right attitude. So it's like the golden rule, right? Doing unto others what you would like done unto you. So that may be volunteering or taking care of or respecting our elders in society. It's really about understanding that our day-to-day actions are important on this path. And through this practice of selfless service, we let go of our little ego and experience patience, humility, empathy, and deeper levels of connection to others and to our true nature. Now, in these two yoga paths, Bhakti and Karma, I mentioned living with awareness and connecting to your true self via your daily practices. And also understanding that our day-to-day actions are really important. They make up our life, right? So part of these practices involve our self-care. And before I go forward and explain the two other paths of yoga, I'd like to tell you a little bit about some offerings I have that are useful on this path to self-realization. And the first one is my upcoming discounted group cleanse, which is starting October 1st. And if that group date doesn't work for you, you could do a private cleanse and choose your own dates. And don't forget, if you are a repeat cleanse client, you get a huge discount. So just email me and I'll tell you all about that massive discount that you get. So part of Ayurveda and yoga is regular cleansing, and particularly at the joint of the seasons, from summer into fall or autumn, and then from spring into summer. And the purpose of this is really preventative health. It's about getting rid of any accumulation of toxins from the previous season or accumulation of doshas. For example, at the end of a hot season, summer in the northern hemisphere, we may have an accumulation of heat in the body. And so that results in accumulation of pitta. And if we don't pacify pitta before going into the cooler season of fall, then that can create imbalances and aggravations in our body. So it's really important to cleanse during this joint of the seasons. Again, it's preventive health, and also it will help prevent that seasonal sickness that many people suffer from. So I have that October 1st discounted group cleanse, and this cleanse comes with a 90-minute one-to-one online consultation so that I can talk to you in detail about your current health situation, and I can tailor the food, the self-care, the yoga, the mindfulness, and anything else I think you need to bring your body and mind into balance. So you have the private 90-minute one-to-one consult before the start date of October 1st. And then we go through it as a group in my private community on my website. And the great thing about that is we have each other for support and accountability to help us through this journey Also, the nice thing about an Ayurvedic cleanse is there's no fasting. You're eating 3 meals a day. It's nurturing and nourishing, and it's tailored to you and your lifestyle. That's why it's important for me to have that 90-minute consultation with you so I can tailor it to your health needs and also to your lifestyle. So check that out. And again, if that October 1st group cleanse doesn't work for you, you could do the same cleanse. It's absolutely the same program in a private cleanse and choose your own dates. And again, that comes with a 90-minute one-to-one consultation as well. You choose your dates and I support you one-on-one. If a cleanse doesn't work for you, but you want some tailored information, check out my online consultations. And this is, again, where I will talk to you for 90 minutes in your initial consultation. And we put together a strategy for your food, self-care, mindfulness, exercise that meets your needs, meets your lifestyle, and so on. So check out the link in the show notes for those options of the cleansing or consultations, or visit my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com. That's elements with an S, healingandwellbeing.com. And for the group cleanse, click on the events tab. Okay, let's go on now to discussing the other two paths of yoga. The next one is a Raja Yoga. Now, Raja Yoga is the path of self-discipline in order to purify and bring our body, mind, and soul into harmony. This path helps us to control the little ego and the fluctuations of the mind, preparing us for deep meditation. When our mind is in a constant state of fluctuation, we cannot connect to our true nature. Basically, our mind is so busy that there's very little lack of awareness or space or quietness for that awareness to enter. Therefore, it's with control of the body and mind that allows us to access this connection to our true self. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali pointed out the 8 limbs or 8 steps of Raja Yoga to help achieve self-realization. They are yama, self-discipline or conduct for living; niyama, commitments for purification of habits; asana, yoga postures for purification of the physical body; pranayama, control of the breath for purification of the energy body; pratyahara, which is control or withdrawal of the senses; dharana, concentration to control the mind; dhyana, meditation to understand the self, which leads to samadhi, to become free from illusion, resulting in freedom and liberation. So they are the 8 limbs, which I'm sure you've heard of from the Yoga Sutras. The final path of yoga is Jnana Yoga, and it is the philosophical path to understanding the self. This path promotes awareness, self-analysis, and discernment that comes from study, curiosity, inquiry, contemplation, and life experience. All of this is converted into self-knowledge and awareness of the oneness of life. After all, yoga means union, when you experience everything as one, when your body, mind, and soul are in harmony. Now, as you can see, yoga goes beyond the physical postures or asanas. Each of these 4 paths appear different, but are very closely related. In fact, combining the 2 ancient sister sciences of yoga and Ayurveda provides us with a great foundation and guide for a holistic journey to self-realization. Now, you may feel overwhelmed by that. However, you may find that you're already incorporating many of these teachings into your life. For example, if you're living in alignment with your unique constitution, you're already incorporating these teachings into your life. If you're performing dinacharya, the daily self-care practices. If you're living in tune with the circadian rhythms and Mother Nature. If you're practicing mindfulness on a regular basis, and that could be yoga, meditation, pranayama, time in nature, being creative. If you're studying the ancient teachings of yoga and Ayurveda. If you're performing selfless acts of kindness, if you're living a sattvic life, promoting balance and harmony, if you're performing regular cleansing at the joint of the seasons, all these actions are incorporating these teachings into your life. It's not about being perfect and creating stress trying to do it all. It's about striving to connect with your true nature and creating awareness so that you can live a fulfilling and vibrant life. Now, again, if you would like support on this journey, I already mentioned about my upcoming Digestive Reset Cleanse, the seasonal group discounted cleanse, which is happening October 1st, or you can do a private cleanse. And I also have the online consultations. But you may also want to check out my online 28-day daily habits for a holistic health program. This is a self-paced course that will help you to live in tune with the daily energy cycles, the circadian rhythms. This program will help you set up a routine of daily self-care practices with reminders or triggers to ensure habit success. And again, we know what we do day in, day out becomes our life. And these daily habits are the foundation for our physical and mental health. This daily habits program will also help you understand the fluctuations of the mind and pacifying these fluctuations with mindfulness techniques like meditation, breath practices, affirmations, and visualizations. You will learn how to live in alignment with your constitution and understanding the foundations of Ayurvedic healing so that you can become your own healer. Learning the principle of opposites and how to recognize them in your day-to-day life and how to apply this principle in order to heal your body and mind. And also in this 28-day self-paced program, I talk about promoting sattva in your life with compassion, positivity, and developing your intuition, understanding how to take these practices beyond the self and bring sattva into your home, your work, your community, bringing a sattvic vibe into your whole life. You will receive access to a private course site with short daily webinars, approximately 10 minutes for each webinar. And again, you go through it at your own pace and you will have access to this program for 3 months, giving you ample time to take your time as you go through it. So if you are interested in that self-paced online daily habits for holistic health program or my cleanses or online consultations, check out the link in the show notes or visit my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com, and click on the programs tab for the daily habits for holistic health program. So that's it for today. Again, I just wanted to highlight here the 4 paths of yoga and really break them down. Because as I said before, we have talked about the 4 paths in lots of different episodes, but I never broke them down specifically in one episode. So I hope that you find this was helpful and that you understand more about Bhakti yoga, Karma yoga, Raja yoga, and Jnana yoga. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you think that this episode will be helpful to family or friends, please share it with them so we can spread this wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe or follow the podcast so that the new episodes will automatically download for you. And if you haven't left a rating and review, I would really appreciate that. Also, just a reminder, I have the Elements of Ayurveda private community away from social media. That's on my website also, where we continue the conversation after the podcast episodes. So if you'd like to connect there, I'll put that link in the show notes, or again, it's on my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com, and just click on the community tab. I appreciate your support, and until next time, take good care of yourself, be well, and bye for now. Slán go fóill.